But I also mentioned earlier that school was back in session. And it's worth noting that schools are ill prepared to provide a safe environment for kids or their teachers. I will note that the other faculty members sit in an air conditioned office more often than not. So that's something to note. I know that in our schools, it's like that, where the kids and the teachers are sweating their butts off while the rest of the school sits in the AC. It's always an interesting dynamic there. But research shows that excessive temperatures affect a student's ability to learn. No big surprise. One study showed that students are 12% more likely to fail a test if it was 90 degrees versus 72 degrees, which I found pretty interesting. We're not talking about getting more questions wrong. We're talking about failing a test. So that's pretty significant. And teachers don't perform well either for obvious reasons. But there's also the risk of heat related illnesses that we've covered before. And school is unique and that there's no escape once you're there. And many schools, as I just said, don't have AC at all. And the method of from our childhood, I don't know about you, but we were told turn off the lights, put your head on your desk, and sweat it out until the buses come. That's not really going to work out, and when it's 100 degrees out consistently, you didn't have that.
No,
Antoine's making a face. Well,
no.
were you sitting pretty in an AC, an air conditioned classroom?
All right. Here's the thing. My elementary school was on a beach, and so
Well,
maybe
there you go.
that's what. Yeah, maybe there was a little bit of help with the wind coming off the water. It's usually cooler if you're
I
near
remember
water.
the early June months, maybe even late May. It was hot, and I still remember, and I never knew if this was right. They would turn the lights off. They would tell everyone to put their heads on their desk, and you would just kind of like take a nap for the last couple hours of school until it was time to leave. And some people would take a piece of paper and fold it like an accordion, and then you have like a fan. And they actually would tell us to stop doing it because you're heating up the air. And it was like the most annoying thing because it was the
Pretty
only
cool.
immediate relief you could get.
Yeah.
And at the time, as a child, it made sense, and I could understand the logic now. But I don't know if that's true. So I was always curious to know
Oh
if
dang it! I was really hoping you
I
were.
want
I
that to be
was
like a
hoping.
MythBusters
Yeah.
episode or thing. Will someone be able to debunk that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So shout out to anyone who can run an experiment and measure. But yeah. So that's that. Just wanted to call that out. Infrastructure wise, electrical grid wise, school wise, we have a long ways to go. We had covered a little bit of this in the work environment before, but it turns out we're not taking care of the kids either. Big surprise.